Hello and welcome to Inkedin Tools. My name is Alex Coulter and this is your onboarding video. I'm going to be taking you through step by step exactly how to get set up for Inkedin Tools so that you can start collecting deposits and booking appointments right away. Some things to cover first. I want to make sure that you're using either an iPad, a tablet, or a laptop, and if you are on a tablet or iPad, use it in a horizontal view, as well as make sure that you're using a Chrome web browser. These steps will ensure that you have an easy process in getting set up. We're going to jump into the next step now. All right, so there's a few things to cover in getting set up. First is the help button. In the upper right-hand corner of your screen, there is a black circle with a white question mark button. This is an encyclopedia full of information. It is searchable by topic, so along the way or even after the setup, if you have questions or unsure of something, you can always double check with the question mark button. If you cannot find the answer you're looking for, there is also within that question mark button an option to contact tech support where they will get back to you within 24 hours with your direct question. All right, we're about to jump into getting set up, and there's just a few more things I want to cover. One is to stay logged in while you're going through this process. Every time you log out and log back in, you have to go through a two-step verification process. Now, this is to keep your information secure. However, it can be tedious while you're setting up to log in and out constantly. Another thing is this setup process is designed for a specific purpose to optimize your experience with Inkedin Tools. It is a highly customizable system. However, we're going to go through the best practices and the way that I use it to run my business. From there, you can customize, but for getting initially set up, this is how we're going to set you up. All right, so the next steps that we're going to take are actually steps that will take place outside of Inkedin Tools. The first is going to be Stripe. Stripe.com is where you're going to go to create a Stripe account. They are a processing company, and this is how you're going to collect deposits as well as send invoices to your clients. You can go to stripe.com right now and set up your account and then move forward to the next step. All right, so the next step that you're going to do is get a domain. You're going to need a website, and don't worry, we cover the web hosting. The only thing that you need to do is purchase a domain name. This can be your name, tattoo.com, whatever you prefer, and we always recommend going to namesilo.com. We're not affiliated with them, we don't get paid by them, but we've just found that it's the easiest way to purchase a domain and manage it. If you have a preferred domain name provider, you can go with that, but that's just what we prefer and recommend. If you already have a domain and already have a website, don't worry about this step. We'll get into how to integrate your calendar into your current website. So go ahead now and get your domain name and then come back and we'll get set up on the next step. All right, so the last thing that you're going to need to set up outside of Inkedin Tools is going to be a Google Business profile. You can do this by going to business.google.com and set up your business profile. Remember, a big part of this is setting up a professional experience for both you and your clients. This is going to allow you to collect reviews from your clients and link this to your Inkedin profile to manage those reviews. The last thing that you're going to need to do with Google is set up a Google Calendar if you don't have one already. This integrates really well with the Inkedin Tools calendar and allows you to manage your calendar as well as avoid having any double bookings with multiple calendars. All right, now that you have your Google business page, your Google Calendar, and your Stripe account set up, it's time to integrate into Inkedin Tools. For this, you're going to log into Inkedin, go to the very bottom of the left-hand tab. If you're on an iPad, again, you might have to pinch zoom up a little bit and click Settings. After you click on Settings, you're going to click on Integrations. This will pop up a window with your Google, your Facebook, your Instagram, TikTok, Stripe, and some other things that you can integrate into Inkedin Tools. For now, we're going to focus on the main ones, starting with Google. You will sign into your Google account, connect it to your Inkedin Tools, and link your Google Calendar as well as your Google Business page. The next one is going to be your Facebook and your Instagram. The cool part about this is when you integrate your Facebook and Instagram, the DMs and the Facebook messages go into the Conversations tab, which is something that we'll cover in a later video. An important note on the Facebook and the Instagram integration is that they both have to be set up as business accounts. If they are not currently set up as business accounts, it's really simple to do. I would recommend just Googling setting or converting your Instagram and Facebook page to business profiles. Once that's done, you can integrate them into Inkedin Tools. The next important thing to connect is your Stripe account. Under the Stripe account, you'll click Connect and enter in your login information for your Stripe account. This is going to allow you to accept deposits and payments through Inkedin Tools. The last thing that you would want to connect would be your TikTok if you have one, and similarly to the Instagram and Facebook, this will allow it to integrate into Inkedin Tools system. If you have QuickBooks Connect or Clio or a Shopify account, you can integrate those as well. However, that's not a necessary step to get set up and started with Inkedin Tools today. All right, so the next thing we're going to set up is your business line within Inkedin Tools. To do this, you're going to go to the settings button on the bottom of the left-hand column. If you're on an iPad, you might need to pinch zoom out just a little bit to see the settings button. From there, you're going to click phone numbers and then click the green button that says add phone number. You'll type in your area code and select a number that you like. There is a section on the right-hand side that says monthly fee with a dollar amount. This will not be charged to you. This is included in your subscription. An important thing to remember with this business line, this is not replacing your personal cell phone. This allows you to use all the wonderful tools within Inkedin Tools like automating your confirmations, your reminders, and your follow-up text. This is not to be also used as a way to mass message all of your clients, as there is data associated with using this line, but don't worry, that's also included in your subscription. All right, we're gonna jump on to the next step now. Ready? All right, so now that we have your business line set up, the next step we're going to do is set up some of your business info as well as the awesome feature that is the missed call text back feature. To access this, again, we're going to go to that settings in the bottom left-hand column and click on business profile on the left-hand side. You'll see that there's a lot of information to fill in here. This is where you're going to put like your business email, your phone number, your address, all of those things. It's very self-explanatory. Just go through each section and fill it out completely. Then at the very bottom right-hand side, there's a thing that says missed call text back. You're going to enable this feature and type in your customized message that you want to show to your clients when they call and you do not answer. This is great because we can't always answer our phone. We're tattooing most of the time. And if we miss a call, this message will automatically be sent to your clients, letting them know that you're not available now, but you'll get back to them soon. So go ahead and get all that set up. There's also a section for a voicemail. You can record this as an MP3 and upload it here, and this will be your voicemail on your new business line. Go through all these steps and we'll see you on the next one. And one last thing in the business profile settings is under general, you're going to want to select disable contact time zone. This is especially important if you're booking clients from out of state, because when they book their appointment, they want to be booking in your time zone, not theirs. So make sure you have that set correctly by clicking disable contact time zone. Okay, now that your business profile is set up, you need to click My Staff directly beneath Business Profile. Click Add Employee, and you're going to set up yourself as a user. The first thing that you're going to click is your name, your last name, your email, your actual phone number, and where it says password, you're going to type in your new created password that you're going to create yourself. When your account is created initially, it randomly generates a password for you. This is where you can customize your password. Really important, make sure you do not click reset password next to the password box. Leave it alone and click save at the bottom when you're done. If you click reset password, it'll auto-generate a new random password for you. You will also select your calendar to tattoo session. Under user permissions, leave everything exactly how it's set, and under user roles, a really important step is to make sure that you select your role as admin. You can leave the other settings alone and click Save at the bottom right-hand corner. On to the next step. All right, the next thing we're going to look at is forms. To access this, you're going to go on the left-hand side, click on Sites, and then up at the top, click Forms and Builder. From there, you'll select Book Tattoo Session, and this is the form that will pop up on the calendar after your clients have selected their date and time. to fill out all the necessary information on their tattoo. This comes with a template ready to go with basic questions about size, location, description of tattoo, as well as a place for them to upload reference photos. All of this is customizable. So if you want to include an additional question or remove ones that are there, this is where you can do it. Just make sure that when you're done editing your form, you click Save Form at the bottom right-hand corner. Once you have your book tattoo session form customized, you can now edit the other forms. There's a consent form with standard questions that, again, you can change to fit your needs. There's a contact update form that is very straightforward. This would be used on your website if you wanted to collect information from your clients, create a database of your clients. You can send this form out, have them fill it out, and when they do, it'll automatically create a profile for that client. That's forms. I'm going to jump on to the next step now. All right, so now that our forms are set up, the next step is going to be setting up our calendar. This is a crucial step because this is our availability to our clients. So on the left-hand side, you're going to click on Calendars, and then at the very top, Calendar Settings. Your account comes with a template labeled Tattoo Session. To edit this, click the three little dots on the right-hand side and click Edit. You are now in the calendar editing portion. This is where you need to make some decisions and input your availability as well as your sessions. I have it set up with this template to be the simplest, most effective way to get booking appointments today. What this has is a 12 o'clock and a 4 o'clock spot already set up. I recommend sticking with this to start and adding more complex systems after that. Think of each calendar as a representation of a session that you offer. So if you offer a small session, you would create a calendar for small sessions. For medium-sized tattoos, like a 12 o'clock and a 4 o'clock spot or a half-day session, that would be its own calendar. If you offer full-day sessions, you can create an additional calendar labeled full-size sessions that blocks off an entire day. This I recommend getting into after you have this initially set up. Once you have multiple calendars set up, each one will be set up as a two-way sync to your Google Calendar. This ensures that if somebody books a full day session on Thursday, it removes the availability for the smaller and medium-sized tattoo sessions on the other calendars, so we don't get double booking. That's getting a little ahead of ourselves, so let's focus on setting up this calendar, which is set up to have a 12 o'clock and a 4 o'clock spot. Those times are also able to be customized. So now that we're in our edit calendar page, we're going to start at the top. The name. It's currently named Tattoo Session, but you can customize that name. I would leave everything how it's set up, but at the very bottom of that first page, click Link to Calendar, select your Google Calendar, and make sure that it's set to two-way sync option. Click Save and Continue to go to the next page of the Edit Calendar. This is where you can adjust your appointment slot settings. There is a slot duration for how long the appointment is, slot interval for how often those appointments are available, the buffer duration between appointments, appointments per slot. It is really important to keep that at 1, and appointments per day. This will allow you to limit how many appointments can be booked on a single day. From there is a minimum scheduling notice option. What this is if you don't want someone to be able to book an appointment tomorrow, then you would select duration in days and select it to 1 day. This ensures that someone can only book an appointment for tomorrow and beyond. You can have this set out to a week, a month, however far out you want it to be. Date range. This is going to limit how far out people can book appointments. So if you don't want to be booked out past 6 months, then under date range, select months and fill in the number 6. This is a rolling schedule. So if you are booked out for 6 months, the next day, there will be another day added to the back end. So you will consistently be booked out 6 months, a year, 2 weeks, whatever you want it to be set at. Under that is your office hours. Think of this as your availability or the days of the week that you work. So right now it's set up to Monday through Friday, but you can select each day of the week to make it available. Under each day, you can adjust your time available. Right now it's set up to 12 to 8 p.m. The 12 o'clock is going to be your first available appointment. If you want to have an 11 o'clock available, you would simply switch on that day to 11 a.m. and so on and so forth. If you have the same available every single day that is selected, click Apply All to apply that time availability to every single day that you're available. Once that is set up to your liking, click Save and Continue to go on to the next section. Okay, we're on the third page of our Editing Our Calendar section. You'll see that there is a box labeled Custom Form. Hit the drop-down menu and make sure you select Book Tattoo Session Form. This is that form that we edited earlier where your clients are going to input their information about the tattoo. Underneath that will be a deposit customization area. This is where you can type in your custom deposit amount for that calendar. What's cool about this is if you're doing a small tattoo or a medium or a full day session, each calendar can have a customized deposit amount. So for your full day sessions, you can collect a larger deposit, and for your medium tattoos can be a lesser deposit. Underneath that, the next important thing to select is our box that says, let the calendar auto-confirm my appointment. This differentiates whether you approve appointments before they are confirmed or you allow the calendar to automatically confirm them when the client books them. This is a personal preference. Some artists will take anything that comes their way, and some artists want to make sure that appointments that are booked are in the style that they like. Underneath that, the next important thing is going to be your custom thank you message. This is what your clients will see after they select their appointment. So if you are approving appointments before, or if you are allowing the calendar to automatically approve them, it's important to put in here, thank you for your request, or thank you for booking your appointment, along with any other message you'd like to have for your clients. Once all the settings in the calendar are complete, the final step will be complete button in the bottom right-hand corner, and your calendar is set up. I want to reiterate one more time that to get set up immediately and start booking appointments, I highly recommend sticking with one calendar to start, with 1 to 3 slots available in standard chunks of time. If you would like to customize further beyond that, we have more videos to help you go more in depth with creating multiple calendars that integrate with each other for different available time slots. Again, small, medium, or full day sessions, or however you currently like to set up your process. This has concluded the calendar section, and we're going to move on to the next step now. Now that your calendar is built, when you want to go check your appointments, this is how you do it. You're going to go on the left-hand side and select calendars. There's a few options here. You can look at it as calendars or as appointments. Within calendars, you can look at it as a weekly, a monthly, or a daily schedule. I prefer monthly, but that's totally a personal preference. Another great way, and this is how I use it most often, to check your upcoming appointments is under calendars, at the top, select the button that says appointments. I will make sure that it's set to start date ascending from today. This means that when I check here, I can see my most upcoming tattoo. What am I doing tomorrow, the next day, and on? If you have your settings and your calendars to where you need to approve the appointment before it is confirmed, this is where you'll do that as well. Next to the client's name, you'll see that there is a box that will say required action, requested, confirmed, canceled, essentially giving you the status of that appointment. So it's important to check here often, if not daily, if you have it to where you need to approve the requested appointments and review their form and approve the appointments from there. To check a form, let's say either to approve it or to see what you're tattooing the next day, simply click on the client's name. This will pop up their contact page. This is where you'll see all of your conversations between them in the middle. On the left-hand side, you will see this is their contact information. Scroll down on that left-hand side and you will see all of the information that they filled out on their booking request form. This is where you'll see their tattoo location, design, other notes, as well as their reference photos. I'll get into where you can see an additional way to look at forms, but I find this is the easiest way to look at what I'm tattooing on that client. Another great part about this is that the conversation is right there as well. So if you've had a discussion with your client about that appointment, it'll be right in front of you in this contacts section. An important thing to note with the forms. This is rare, but sometimes clients will book multiple appointments prior to actually having one appointment, meaning they have 2 appointments on the books, and when this takes place, and you look at their form in the contact section, the answers from the form are going to be from the most recent form that they filled out. This is because if a client books an appointment and they've had previous ones, you want to see the most current information for their upcoming appointment. Now, if you have a client that has multiple appointments booked, it's important to check the forms in a different location. You're going to want to go to Sites on the left-hand column. Up at the top, select Forms, and then select Submissions. From here, make sure that the date, time is set within the window that they booked their appointment, and search by their name. Here you will see that they have multiple forms filled out. Select the one that is for the most upcoming appointment, not the most recent form submitted. This may seem a little confusing, but it makes sense if you have seen it where multiple appointments have been booked. It's just something important to note because you don't want to be drawing for a tattoo that they booked for the second upcoming appointment when you need to be looking at the information for the most upcoming appointment. Now that our calendar is set up, we're going to jump into automations. This is the portion of Inkedin Tools that handles all of the automated messages that get sent out to your clients after they book an appointment. You'll click Automations on the left-hand side, Workflows, and then select the one that says Appointment Booking. If you're using an iPad, you sometimes have to click Appointment Booking twice to open it up. The first thing that you're going to do is click the plus button with the little circle around it underneath where it says Confirmed Appointment and Add New Workflow Trigger. Select that button, and you're going to select Assign to User. Under the drop-down, select yourself, and at the bottom right-hand corner, select Save Action. The rest of the automations are set up as a template, ready to go. But if you want to customize the messages that go out to your clients and when they go out to your clients, this is where this happens. Right now it's set up, there's a condition. What this condition is in your intake form, and ask your client if this is for an existing project or not. The reason this is set up this way is if you are working on someone's sleeve every 2 weeks, they don't necessarily need all of the new information every time they book an appointment. So if they select that it's for an existing appointment, they're going to get a much simpler series of texts and emails simply confirming that they're in the books and reminding them the day before that they have an appointment. They know where to go and they know all the important details already. If they do not select this, then their automation will be under the yes column. And this is where they'll get a more detailed set of confirmations, reminders, and follow-up messages. To edit each message, simply click where it says Confirmation SMS. When you click that, it'll open up a window where you can edit the text that is sent. As you can see, it currently says, hey, contact first name. This will autofill your client's name into the message. It then says, thanks for booking an appointment with user first name. This is your name. This is why we assigned it to you as the user. We'll see you on, and then it automatically inserts their appointment start time. If you want to adjust or use these automated inserts, simply click Custom Values. There is an entire menu of things to choose from. So let's say you wanted to insert your client's name into a message. Simply select contact under custom values, and then you can put your client's full name, first name, last name, email, phone number, as well as a ton of other information. If you want to insert information about you as the artist, select user. If you want to input information about the appointment, select appointment, where you can select start time, date, and more information from there. That is how you customize a message that is sent out to a client. If you want to edit the email that is sent out, simply make sure you save action in the bottom right-hand corner after you make edits, and then select the confirmation email box, which will open up the email template that is sent out. You don't have to adjust any of these to get started, but for future reference, if you want to edit these messages, this is where it takes place. An important feature, as you can see, underneath confirmation SMS and confirmation email is the wait 24 hours button. This is where in the automated process, you are making sure that there is a waiting period. So this one waits until 24 hours before the appointment, meaning the day before the appointment, the client will get a reminder email. You can also send out a reminder text, or you can have it wait 48 hours before the appointment to send a message 2 days before. As you can see, there's a wait for review request box. This one is set up to wait until after the appointment has occurred and sends a review request email. You can also include aftercare instructions at this point. Like I said, to keep it simple, you don't have to do anything besides add assign to user at the top. If you want to customize these messages, this is where you do it. Just remember after editing each section to click Save Action in the bottom right-hand corner of the box. And when you're done editing the workflow, make sure that it's selected to Publish in the upper right-hand corner. And most importantly, click Save, the green box in the upper right-hand corner when you're finished editing a workflow. If you want to get more in depth on future automations, there's a ton of information in the library in that black circle question mark button in the upper right hand corner, and you can mess around with creating different triggers to set off different series of automations. This is where some people get a little ahead of themselves and can sometimes overcomplicate the process. It's awesome that it's customizable, but remember, right now, we're just trying to get you set up and started so that you can start using Inkedin Tools right away. So don't overcomplicate it, don't overthink it, do what you have to do to get up and running, and you can always come back later and customize these steps. One more thing in automations before we move on. There's a few other automations that you'll see uploaded to your template. The first one is canceled no-show appointment. All this one does is if an appointment is canceled within the system, it removes your client from the automation for the appointment booking. What this means is that if they cancel their appointment, this makes sure that they don't keep getting messages that say, I'll see you tomorrow for our appointment. So you don't need to do anything to edit that one. The next one is no-show nurture. If a client does not show up to their appointment, you can edit their status to their appointment in a drop-down menu and switch it to no-show. When this happens, it'll automatically send them a message saying, hey, you didn't make your appointment, let's reschedule, reach out, here's the number. You can customize this message just like you customize the other ones in the other automation, or leave it as the generic template that it is. The last one is SMS auto reply. If a client texts you and you want to get back to them, but you don't have time right away, you can simply add them to the workflow manually, and it will automatically send them a text message that just says, hey, I didn't get back to you right away, or I was unable to reply to your message. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. You can use that one as is, or again, customize it. That's it for automations. We'll see you on the next step. All right, the next section we're going to tackle is setting up your website. To do this, you're going to go again in the left-hand navigation bar, select Sites, and then at the top, click Websites. You'll notice here that you have two templates, one that says Simple Website and another that says Tattoo Website. These are 2 templates included with your Inkedin Tools subscription. I highly recommend starting off with the simple website. It is going to consist of a landing page where you can put a link to your Instagram for a portfolio and a button to click to book an appointment. This is how I actually have my personal website set up, which you can check at alexcoulter.com. And it is the easiest way to get up and running. Like many other steps that we've covered so far, all of this can be edited, customized, and made more in-depth later. I cannot stress enough how important it is to keep it simple to get started so you can start collecting deposits and booking appointments today. So go ahead and click on Simple Website. You can see that it's broken down into 3 pages: a home page, a booking calendar page, and a contact update page. Before we edit these pages, we're going to need to link our domain that we have already purchased in a previous step to our Inkedin Tools. Click the little gear in the upper right-hand corner and press the green button that says Add New Domain. You're going to click Add New Domain. Here you'll see that it's asking you to enter an A record and a CNAME record into your domain host website. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, so from here, you're going to leave this window open and go into your name silo account. You're going to go to Domain Manager. And then you're going to click the domain that you'd wish to connect, if you have more than one, to Inkedin Tools. From here, you will click on DNS Records and click Update. If you're on another domain server, this will be found under DNS Records. If you're on GoDaddy or Google Domains, all of this works very similarly. So the first is the A record. Go ahead and remove the existing A records as well as the CNAME records. We'll do the A record first, so go back to your Inkedin Tools and copy the A record numbers seen here. Go back to Name Silo, click on A record, leave the host name blank, and paste the numbers and paste in this box. Click Submit. You now have an A record pointing to the correct place. We're going to do the CNAME next. So go back to Inkedin Tools. And for the CNAME, you're going to copy this Flash Funnels text in red right here. Go back to Name Silo. We're going to click CNAME. And for the CNAME record, it is important to put for the host name www. Paste that there and click Submit. You now have the correct A name and C name pointing to Inkedin Tools. You can now go back to Inkedin Tools and add your domain. Make sure you do one for your www as well as one for without the www, like this. It may take 10 to 20 minutes for these to propagate and show up. So if it doesn't pop up right away, check back in about 15 to 20 minutes. So click the. When it is successfully added, it'll say, yay, domain has added successfully. Since we've only added the demo tattoo, we will now add the www one. And click Add. Now that you have done this, you can connect your domain to your existing website in Inkedin Tools. To do this, you will click on the word Sites on the left-hand navigation tab. Up at the top, you will then click on Websites and select your website template. After you've done that, at the top, select Settings, and on the right-hand side where it says Domain, Click the drop-down menu and select your domain title and click Save at the bottom right-hand corner when you are done with that. All right, now that your domain is connected to Inkedin Tools, let's edit this simple website so you can get up and running. First thing you're going to do is click on the booking calendar page, click Edit, and we're going to make sure that the calendar that is connected to it is the proper calendar for you. It will open up the Web Builder tool, and you can see that your calendar or a calendar will pop up. Go ahead and select the calendar. In the orange box, click the gear button and make sure that the calendar selected is the proper one. Tattoo session, or if you've named it another name, make sure that that calendar is selected. Once you have confirmed that the proper calendar is on that page, click Save and go back to the main page. From here, you will select the home page and edit this page. This will be the page that your clients land on when they type in your website address. You can see that there is a box that says put your image here. This is where you'll upload any logos that you may have, or you can simply type in a title with your name. You can keep it really simple. In order to add an image, what you're going to want to do is scroll down on the left-hand side where it says Image Options. Click the little black square on the right-hand side. Click Upload File, Photo Library, and select the picture that you want to have for your logo. Once that is uploaded, you will double-click on that image to have it inserted into your website. You can see beneath that there is a button that says Book Tattoo Session and a button that says Portfolio. Go ahead and highlight the Book Tattoo Session button. Click on Book a Session, and on the left-hand side, scroll to the bottom where it says Link to. Open that up and select Go to Page. Under Website Page, select Booking Calendar, and now that is linked to your booking calendar. The next button is Portfolio. Select that button on the left-hand side, scroll all the way down, and select Link to, and this is where you can put in website URL, copy and paste your Instagram page, and paste the URL where it says website. Once you have completed these steps, in the upper right-hand corner, make sure that you hit Save, and now your website is ready to function. Now that your website is completed, I want to reiterate, again, this is a simplified version of a website just to get you up and running. You can customize from here further within the website builder. This, though, is how you're going to get your clients to book with you. This will be the link that you send them. You now have a domain. You have a website. So when clients want to book, you send them to your website. And I highly recommend putting in your Instagram bio a button or words that say book here with your domain linked or pasted in your Instagram bio. This is a great way to start booking appointments on demand using Inkedin Tools. If you already have an existing website and want to keep it, but put your Inkedin Tools calendar into your existing website, once you have your calendars set up, simply go to the three dots located right here next to the calendar that you wish to embed and hit Copy Embed Code. You can then paste this code into your existing website on your existing web builder, and your Inkedin Tools calendar will show up on the page that you wish it to. On to the next step. In this next section, we're going to cover the Conversations feature for Inkedin Tools. This is where all of your conversations with your clients is going to take place. Think of it as a conversation hub or a way to connect to your clients. From here, you can select a client, and in the text box, you can toggle between text, email. If you have your Instagram and Facebook connected, you can also toggle between DMs and Facebook messages from this place. As you can see, in the left-hand column, we have 4 sections up at the top: unread, recents, starred, and all. A feature you may notice is that you can click on a message in unread, look at it, and it will stay in unread until you click that it has been read. This is so you don't lose track of messages, because if you're like me, you look at your phone, you read a text message, it's now gone because you don't have the notification that it's been unread, and you lose track of it. So once a message has been read, you can select the box on the left-hand side, click on Actions, and then click as Mark as Read. You can also, from here, select Starred, Mark as Unread, or delete the message. If you click Starred, it will put it into the starred column. This is a good place to save really important messages, things that you don't want to forget, or top priority clients that you need to get back to. If you want to just look at all the messages at once, click All, and it will show you all of your messages in order that you've received them. From the Conversations tabs, you can also send an invoice with Stripe. The way we do that is simply select a conversation, select SMS, and then there is a blue circle $ button. Select that, and a window will pop up that says Request Payment. Item name, you can type in what it's for, describe the tattoo, type in your price, select when the invoice is due, and click Copy Link and mark as sent. This will send that client a request to pay the invoice. On their phone, they will receive a text message with a link. They click that link and they can pay the invoice. If you don't already have a credit card processor or a Venmo account or some kind of way of receiving payment, this is a great tool and a great feature to where you can collect payments with your client's cards via the text to pay link. That concludes our setup and our onboarding for Inkedin Tools. Thanks for sticking with us. You may be asking, what now? Here's a few steps you can take immediately. First, if you got lost in this, if you have questions, make sure that you're hitting up that question mark button in the upper right-hand corner. This has a huge library full of topics that are covered in the onboarding and additional things that you may have questions about. If you can't find your answer there, you can submit a request to tech support. If beyond that, you are having trouble setting up your Inkedin Tools account, don't worry. Some people are not as tech savvy as others, myself included at times. So reach out to us directly. We want to make sure that in your trial period, you are getting set up and able to use Inkedin Tools. We want to be hands-on and help you out if that's something that you need. We'll jump on a Zoom call, we'll jump on a phone call, we'll even dive in and help you set up your account directly if needed. But make sure you're checking that question mark button first, because some of your questions may be covered there. Now, everything is set up. What do we do? First, I would recommend, like we covered earlier, putting your website link in your Instagram bio, and also when clients reach out to book appointments, directing them to your website where they can click on your calendars and book their appointments directly. This is the best way to start booking appointments on autopilot and really enjoy the features and benefits of Inkedin Tools. You got this because you need a system that works for you while you're working and tattooing. It's like a digital assistant that never gets sick, never gets tired, and will never ask you to teach it to tattoo. So start using it, and using it the way it was designed to help you manage your business. Another thing that you can do is download our app. That's right, there's a mobile app where you can access all of the necessary features for Inkedin Tools. What does that mean? It means that your conversations with your clients, your schedule and calendar and appointments, as well as the ability to send text-to-pay links to your clients can all be utilized in the mobile app. If you want to make changes to things like your website, automations, or calendar settings, those still need to be done on the website, as well as adjusting forms and other deeper customizations. But all the day-to-day stuff you need to manage your business can be accessed through our mobile app, which you can find in the App Store right here. I hope that helps. I appreciate your patience. I know it can be a little bit to set up, and I always say it's a complex problem that we're solving, so the solution is a little bit complex. But now that you're set up, you can sit back, relax, and let the system work for you the way it was intended to. Once again, I cannot thank you enough. And I want to say, if you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram, or if you're not following us on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, we'd really appreciate you liking, sharing, commenting, all those great things. I'm part of this community. I'm a tattoo artist. I want us to be part of this with you. We're going to be having lives, we're going to have town halls, we're going to be sharing stuff with our community of users so that we can all grow together and discover how to use this tool better with each other. There's some things that clients or users have come up with that have completely blown even my mind. There's some things that we can share with each other to make sure we're utilizing Inkedin Tools to its maximum potential. And part of that is having a community where we can share these things with each other. Make sure you're following us on all those platforms, and make sure you're telling your fellow tattooer friends about Inkedin Tools. We will be launching an affiliate program where you may be able to get discounts on your monthly rate for recommending friends. And it just helps spread to our community. Thanks and have a great day.